What's up, it's your boy SAGEGREEN here.
So the other day, I was doing some digital spring cleaning, digging into these dusty, old external hard drives, tucked away in the back of the closet, right? You know, I was just trying to clear up a space, clear my mind, get rid of the junk, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And completely by accident, I bumped into the abandoned project folder from way back in the day. We're talking early 2000, man. 2000s, man, you know. I double clicked it, and then suddenly my speaker were burning the crazy pitch shift soul loops, pitched up vocal chops, and heavy ass neck snapping drums. Totally early 2000s Kanye West vibes. You know, I just sat back in my chair, staring at the screen, laughing at myself like, damn, look at this. I really thought I was second coming of easy. Easy, yeah, kind of, yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I have to give credit where credit due. I mean, it's old Kanye, early Kanye. We are talking the college dropout, late registration era that may completely hijack my brain and reprogram my whole creative DNA. Before that, I was listening to raw beat tapes, messing around with cheap gear, trying to make stuff, but I didn't get it yet. I lacked direction. Then Kanye dropped through the wire. A dude literally rapping through the jaw wire shaft at a near fatal crash. Brain buzz over the speed of the Chaka Khan sample. Come on, man, that wasn't just good music, that was a seismic shift in culture. I got so obsessed, and it bothered me ridiculous. Didn't just want to sound like him, I want to live an entire lifestyle. I actually went out to the bought an outstanding Louis Vuitton backpack that I definitely couldn't afford. Spent my absolute last dime on it, total financial suicide for a broke young producer. I was walking in the garden neighborhood in bright pink polo shirts with a color pop sky high, looking at that about to go to play 80 hours of the God for Jay-Z, even though I was literally just riding the leg on Steve Bass minimum wage shift. People in my hometown were looking at me sideways like, who does this kid think it is? But in my head, man, you couldn't tell me anything. I was convinced I was the flyest, most visionary producer on the planet. And the beats, man, don't even get me started on the beats. I spent endless, sleepless nights locked away in my bedroom studio, obsessively trying to master the signature chopped soul sound. I'd hunt down standard 70s vinyl records and thrift, pitch the vocal tracks way up the singer sound like a man in Chipmunk, layer them over the hard punchy MPC drums, and add those warm gospel piano chords. If my beat didn't sound like a villain directly on a Rockefeller album track list, I'd get frustrated, trace the whole project file, and start it from scratch. I was tweaking EQ knobs at 4 a.m., totally delirious on energy drinks, actively convinced myself that Kanye himself was somehow gonna get my number, call my cheap free phone, and ask for V-Batch for the next album. Spoiler, he never called. My phone stayed bone dry, For a long time, I felt like a failure because I was just a copy stuck somewhere else's shadow, wasting my money on designer bags and making bootleg bass nobody had heard. But then hit me. But looking back now, sure, clothes were a bit much and those early beats of mine were blazing Kanye rip-offs. But honestly, I didn't regret a single second of that second era. Because what Kanye really taught young, insecure SAGEGREEN wasn't just how pitch out of sample chopped up vocal lobes. He taught me relentless confidence. He told me the music producer doesn't have to stay hidden in the background, looking into the dark shadow behind the next mixing bowl like an anonymous walker bee. A beat maker can be the main event. He showed the whole generation of nerves you can be weird, you can dress loud, you can sample obscure records and still flip the entire music industry on his head. My sons have evolved a ton of days, obviously. I've grown up, expanded my palette, and incorporated different textures, weird and include synths, and complex polyrhythms that are uniquely me. But every now and then, when I'm feeling totally randomly stuck in the studio, I close my eyes, put up the classic 1970s soul record, chop up a raw vocal, pitch up the veranda just like a fly. It grounds me in industry. It's receiving everybody's pressure and reminds me that we're all right away kid in the pop and the polo. It reminds me why I feel as developed making beats in the first place. Anyway, that's my trip down memory lane for today. To anybody watching this right now for spending late nights waiting drums, staring at the dull screen, and chasing the dream that feels miles away, keep pushing through the nights. Don't be afraid to stand out, be apologetic, bold, and learn from your idols and eventually build your own legacy. I appreciate every single one of you for kicking with me today. If you feel this story, hit the like button and let me know. It's a comment inspired to start. Until next time, peace out.